mask. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
that's like a yellow question mark block, right? Oh wait,
Right here?
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
It's a
I think
magic
Tom.
trick.
I
Ed,
think
let's do
Tommy's
it.
ready.
Let's do it, Ed.
Oh yeah, woo!
Woo-hoo! Yay! All right, guys, it's the Tommy Feldman Happy Hour. As you can see from this fancy logo over here, TTFHH. It's Friday, 5 o'clock, and we are still alive. We are here. Some of us are vaccinated, some of us aren't, but that's okay. We
Brag.
don't discriminate. We love everyone, and it is time. It's the Happy Feldman Hour. We're going to interview comedians. We're going to find out what makes them tick. We are going to get inside some of their comedy. We're going to play their comedy and talk about it. We're going to also do a little bit of improv tonight. We've got our improv team in the house. We're going to do some new sponsors, which is always great. And we have a quiz show at the end. So if you're watching live, you definitely want to catch that towards the end. And of course, if you're watching on Facebook, we do take comments. So you can make a comment and we will read it on the air as long as it's appropriate. And even if it's not appropriate, we might still read it anyway. I mean, that's happened before. So welcome everybody to the Tommy Feldman Happy Hour. It's so great to see everyone. When I start the show, I usually start off with some news to kind of get us all on the same page. And that's what we've got coming up right now. So let us start the show with a little bit of news. Here we go. All right. So a meteorite was found recently on a driveway in England. Apparently, the meteorite tumbled to Earth on February 28th, and several days later, a family in Gloucester, I don't even know if I said that right, noticed the meteorite on their property and quickly alerted authorities. Now, as exciting as this may seem, these homeowners often notice things on their driveway. Unfortunately, that's usually dog poop. And they're quick to alert authorities. Thank you. And they're quick to alert authorities. By the way, I did spell this wrong. So shame on me. And I spelled it as a meowderite, which I guess is the cat's right to meow. I don't know, meowderite. Right?
I think it's
that was silly, but shame on me for spelling mistakes. The CDC, you guys, is released guidance earlier this week about as a vaccinated person, what you can do and what you can't do. What they said you can safely do are things like you can visit indoors with other vaccinated people. You can hug your non-vaccinated people, like as long as they're not high risk, like your grandchildren or whatever. Now, the one thing that the CD says that you cannot do is post about it on social media, because that's just gloating, you guys. And honestly speaking, it's a little bit, I don't know, to me, narcissistic. I mean, why do you gotta brag about the shot? I don't know. To me, it doesn't make sense. And I want to say one more thing about that, and this is not really a joke, but isn't it crazy that they're letting smokers get it before other people? I don't know. Does that seem right to you guys? Any comics want to comment on that?
I don't know about that, but I will say people have been bragging about getting shots for like 50 Cent. His whole career is like, I got shot 6 times. So people are always talking about getting shot. They love it. Yeah.
Yeah. Very good. Thank you, Eric. Always with a good comment. All right. I appreciate that. All right. So Prince William has denied the royal family is racist in his first public remarks since his brother Prince Harry and his wife Meghan went on TV and made these claims on a TV interview. Now, asked by a reporter during a visit to a school in East London if the royals were a racist family, the Duke of Cambridge said, We're very much not a racist family, as you can see here. Very much not racist. Kind of sounds a little over emphatic, if you know what I mean. Like, he knows it's true, but he figures, like, if I just say it's very much not something, that people will believe him. I don't know. That's take on it. You don't need to say very much. I teach my kids all the time. Kids, don't use filler words like very much. It doesn't do anything to the language. All right. And he's old English, proper English. He should know this. Pepe Le Pew has been canceled by Warner Brothers.
Oh, man.
Yes, over complaints that his character sexually harasses female characters. And that means he's been canceled everywhere, including a critical scene in the new LeBron James Space Jam movie. Yeah. But let's be real here, you guys. critical scene in a Space Jam movie? That sounds like an oxymoron to me. I mean, Space Jam. It's Space Jam. It's Space Jam, and it's a cartoon. Can't they just put somebody else in there?
They would have kept it if it was Kobe Bryant. They would have kept Pepe Le Pew for sure.
Maybe so. I don't even, honestly, Pepe Le Pew, I mean, damn, that's, who really
He got skunked.
cares about Pepe Le Pew? I don't know. And last but not least, interesting news for you guys. Chuck Norris, martial arts legend and the former star of Walker, Texas Ranger, celebrated his 81st birthday, March 10th. So to Chuck Norris, I say, happy birthday. Mm-hmm. What I really want to know is, at his age, 81, what do you still do for kicks? What do you still do for kicks? Thank you, Ed. I appreciate that. And that's the news, you guys. Give it up. News stories. And thank you for the people that are watching live. We have 7 people still with us watching live. I do appreciate that. You know, you guys can make comments. If you're watching the show live right now, get on the chat. Tell us what you're thinking about the show. We always like to see that. And now it's time to bring up our first comedian of the night for an interview. And let me see if I can find her. Abby, Dr. Abby. Let me add you to the spotlight. Welcome to the show, Dr. Guys, give it up for Dr. Abby.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome to the show. We appreciate it.
Oh, it's good to be here. Yes, it's good to be anywhere at my age. I'm lucky I can still breathe. But kudos to, I forgot his name already, the rifleman.
All right.
He takes industrial size Viagra. Not that Dr. Abby tells you to do that, but I want to tell you, lovely audience, that this lovely man, Mr. Tommy, unless it's Dr. Tommy, asked me, do you have a tight 5? And I said, honey, I haven't had anything tight since 1969. Now, that was, if you remember, you weren't even born.
Yeah.
That was Woodstock. Maybe you heard about it.
Yeah.
And I know they say that if you remember Woodstock, you weren't there. But the only thing I remember was the backseat of a 57 Chevy.
Dr. Abby, I probably was born.
Is that too much? That was before I became doctor. Yeah.
Yeah. I think I was born around Washington.
I was on top. I didn't tell you that part. Now, young ladies, being on top is a little bit safer, if you get my drift. Because never mind. You wanted to say something, young man. I told you I was old.
I tell you that the reason I usually introduce my guests a little bit before I ask them their background, but what I can tell you about the reason I wanted you to come on our show is I saw you at an open mic, or a Zoom mic, I should say. And what a couple of my impressions were is like, you used more Yiddish words than I think I've heard the entire 25 years I've lived out in California. And more than any of my grandparents ever said to me ever. So I kind of wanted you on the show just to add a little bit of that flavor.
That flavor. Oh, maybe you want some chicken soup with matzo ball. It's in the other room. And a bagel. What a nice boy, chick.
But yes,
to you. What?
Tell us about your, I'd like, in your own words, what got you into comedy? And tell us about your comedy career and especially what you've been up to lately. That's important.
I only have a few minutes, and I'm a lot older than you young'uns, but I got started in 1993, not 1893, by the way.
Wow.
And what got me into comedy, that's a very good question, and I'll tell you, it was menopause.
Menopause.
And it's not the pause that refreshes, fellas. No, it's not. And I was in Austin, Texas, in the great state of Texas, and lots of comedy, great comics. Cap City Comedy Club was alive and thriving, and they had something in the newspaper. It says first class free. That's me, always a bargain. So I went to the first class, and I never looked back. There was nothing like 300 people in the audience, not my relatives, but clapping. Oh my God, what a high. And I don't do drugs except Metamucil, well, now and then, and a little bit of, not like you young people. Anyway, so that got me into comedy, and it was harder for older women. I don't know how it is in this place, but it's always harder for older women to get spots. So I started the Comedy Angels, an all women group all women over 40. And I have to tell you, I was a hell of a lot older. And we did community benefits, like for AIDS services of Austin, raised a lot of money. And let me tell you, the gay guys love us because we're no competition. And we would do that. We did rape crisis center benefits for them, Meals on Wheels, Alta Caca workshops for senior citizens. I don't think I should translate that. It's for senior citizens. We'd make them laugh because we are one of them. And you have a sense of humor, you could survive anything, right?
What did you say, Alta Cacta?
Yes,
Is that like for cacta?
No, it's Alta means old. It's an old fart.
Ah, okay.
I didn't know if I could say that word.
I got the cacta part, not the first, the suffix threw me
Yeah.
up.
And it's a little bit nastier than that, but my parents and grandparents, we all lived together in a big dysfunctional family, and we put the funk in dysfunctional November family. And that's where I used my humor, because we all shared one turlet, as my father would say, and it was usually broken. But if you laughed at it, you could survive it. And
Abby, I saw some clips of yours online, some comedy from your YouTube, and I thought it would be okay if it's all right with you. We'll just play a couple minutes of your comedy just to kind of get a sense of some of your stand-up. So let me go ahead and share my screen out. I'm going to stop the sharing temporarily, and then we're going to.
I hope it's not too old and too dirty.
I just saw the last 2 minutes of this one. You had a 20-minute set, which is quite long, and that's so. And this one was this in Austin? This clip here? Garden Bistro?
I have no idea.
Well, let's go ahead and play this clip. This is the last 2 minutes, but I thought it was a pretty good sort of gives a sense of what kind of comedy you have. Actually, let me make sure that I did the sharing properly, because I think I forgot to. There we go. All right. So guys, this is Dr. Abby this is a few years ago, but let's just see.
Oh, it was in Austin, Texas.
It was in Austin, Texas.
No.
It's the Garden Bistro, wherever that is. So.
Oh, that's in it's someplace in San Diego.
Okay.
Says something about the Wyndham.
The Wyndham Hotel.
But she's beautiful, and you have your ovaries, don't you?
Yeah.
Because they say about politicians, oh, he has big cojones, he has big balls. And what are they going to say about Hillary? Oh, she's got a pair of oves on her. Boy, she's got oves that are like big brass ones. So they don't say that, but I don't have any of those private parts anymore. That explains why I'm one of the boys, and literally one of the boys. I have beautiful grandchildren. Anybody ever have a grandmother? Well, I thought you might have been hatched. Sir, are you from Duck Dynasty? He's dressed, you look like a stud. That's one big stud up there, yeah. Anyway, my grandmother, I'm the kid's grandma, and besides her talking about not breathing, your vagina won't breathe, she is a genius. But the little boy is even smarter. I'm in a swimming pool in the condo with my grandson, he's 8, and he's watching me, and this is scary, and he'll probably be gay, because he saw me in a bathing suit. And now you're thinking about what I look like naked, aren't you? Talk about birth control. No, really. So this little kid is staring and staring and staring. He says, Grandma, what are all those blue lines on your legs? I get lost driving, so I had the map of San Diego tattooed on my legs. Here's where we are. Here's the zoo. And down here where it's smelly and warm is Tijuana.
Oh my gosh. That was very well done. I like that San Diego map.
Oh God, yeah. And I've been called the world's most inappropriate grandma. I don't know why. If you can't say anything nice, you say it in Yiddish.
Grandmas do have that ability to potentially emotionally scar their grandchildren with various sights and so forth. So I thought that was very, very good. And in that particular clip, you didn't have a lot of Yiddish, but you do, you are a Jewish comic, and you let everybody know that because you incorporate that into your comedy. And so I don't know, I try to do that, but it never really quite works. It's just better for me to just tell about who I am, but you do it very well. So compliments to you on that. So Abby, the other thing I wanted to kind of go over is what you've been up to lately, and whether you have anything that you want to promote or tell us about your recent comedy.
Yes, my recent comedy. I've become an author, and my book will be coming out, God willing, by 2022.
Mm-hmm.
It's a book that everybody needs. It's called Lube It or Lose It. Sexuality from puberty till you plotz. Now, you may think, and my special chapter was lubrication. You may think, oh, I'm not gay. I don't need lubrication. Well, if you're an older woman, you need it because, things dry out. This is from Dr. Abby, Eric. I'm not making this up. Dr. Abby is a research scientist.
Oh, I know all about needing lubrication.
You need it. You need it. Everybody needs it. But I don't believe in buying it. Like KY, Replens, Astroglide, Eric. We live in a country where you can get it for free. For example, for those of you that are from Chicago, use oil. Corn oil's all over the place. Rub yourself in it, do it under your arms, bathe in it. Every orifice should be lubricated, men and women, all ages. Well, maybe not babies because they were born with some lubrication. And if you're from the deep South, God save your soul. But in the deep South, you got lard up the wazoo. Why don't you use that as a lubricant? Oh my goodness gracious. If there's any left over, it makes great flaky biscuits and pie crust. But you know that Tommy told you I'm Jewish and kosher. This chicken fat. Tommy, chicken fat, I have done research for you.
Yeah.
If you warm the chicken fat, it goes in so much better. And if you have any leftover chicken fat, chicken soup. That is the mainstay of our diet, chicken soup. It cures everything. Of course, if you're a vegan, too bad. So that's what Dr. Abby recommends. It's using the natural products that God gave us.
So what you're saying is schmaltz for your bolts.
Schmaltz is chicken fat.
Yeah, there you go.
And it's very inexpensive. And then you could make soup out of it. Why spend the money on all these fancy schmancy things? You could even rub it on your skin.
Yes.
Put Clairol out of business. Put it in your hair. I mean, it's just ridiculous what we spend on anti-aging, on lubrication. And this is my thing. So when the book comes out, maybe Tommy will invite me back and have a book signing.
Of course.
And I'll give you 10% off. No, maybe 20.
It's a bargain.
And do I have time for one more of my researches? My medical opinions. I get my earwax removed. It helps. Yes, earwax is a natural byproduct, keeps the ears clean. I'm not making this up. Now, because of COVID, the doctor won't do it. He says, I believe in consolidating your medical treatments. So not only do I have to get my earwax removed, but I had a colonoscopy. Now, one doctor's on one side, one's on the other side. They meet in the middle. I am clean as a whistle. See all the boxes of wax I have. We have candles up the wazoo for Hanukkah, Christmas, and for Ramadan. So
good to go.
I have a special on Christmas candles, 2 for $19 for you. I'll give it to you 2 for $20. Thank you very much. Remember to wash every body part and lubricate. That's my time.
All right. Well, guys, give it up for Dr. Abby for some excellent medical advice. Always love medical advice.
The doctor.
Yes.
so much. And Abby, if you can stick around as long as you can, I know you said you have to go, but it was great having you on the show. And
Thank
you're
you for
welcome to come back
having me.
anytime.
Thank you. You're so sweet. And you're a cute boy chick. Oh, are you cute?
Hey, thank you so much. All right.
Okay.
Well, let us go to our improv team now. Yes,
Woo!
show does have improv. Yes, this is not your ordinary talk show. We do have improvers, and we're gonna bring up our key improv team here of Ed Ruben and Sirish is here today. You guys, we're gonna.
Boy, I'm back today, huh?
And
All right.
our tag team duo. And so last week it was when it's Eric and Ed, it's Ebony and Ivory, and when it's Ed and Sirish, it's Chai Latte.
Chai latte. All right.
Latte.
Yeah.
Okay.
Works for me.
All right. So let us go to our handy dandy word, random word generator. If I could exit out of this and put a. Here we go. Okay. So Ed and Sirish, would you like a location? Oh wait. First of all, let me explain before we get into the actual thing. This improv, the way we do it is it's questions only. That's the way they do it. And each improver has to use the word that's presented in a question format. And so they sort of duel back and forth trying to stump each other and get the other person to say something without it being a question. So, and when that happens, I'll ring the bell and then that person loses. All right, with that. So Sirish, Ed, what do you want to do? Relationship, location, or word?
Could we actually get a relationship and a location?
Okay, let us try
Wow.
that. That's
Woof.
getting sophisticated, you guys. But let's see. All
Yeah.
right, so our relationship is going to be skateboard seller and teenager,
All right.
and the location is at a ball pit. Not too overly complicated, but let's give it a shot.
Where do I buy the ramp to get over the ball pit?
Is there a ramp to get over the ball pit?
Don't people usually use ramps when they want to take their skateboard up and over their ball pit?
Hey, man. I just sell regular. Oh, man. That wasn't a question.
All right. Well,
I'm rusty.
he knew he.
I'm Ed. Nice to meet you. Anyway.
All right. Let's do another one.
Too many balls in the air and in the ball pit.
I know. Well, what can I tell you? I was fishtailing there.
Okay. All right, let's do it again. Do you want to do two again, or do you want to stick to one single?
Let's do one.
All right. Location, you want to go with a word?
Sure.
All right. And the word of this improv is disagree. Disagree.
Why are you always disagreeing with me?
Do I gotta agree with you all the time?
Don't you think it'd be nice if we agreed once in a while?
Why would you think that, though?
Why wouldn't I think that?
Aren't we married?
What?
What did you say when we got married?
Do I?
Why didn't you know you were supposed to say I do?
The pastor should have told me before, shouldn't he?
Don't you think you should have read the vows before you committed?
Why did I get married to you?
You wouldn't want to be married to me.
Did you tell that to your ex, too?
How did you find out about my ex?
Oh, so you do have an ex.
That wasn't a question. Oh, that was a question, actually.
I say it was, but I'm not an official here.
Ed, keep going.
Didn't you see the lock on the box?
What
The
box are you
diary
talking
in
about?
it? You didn't see the lock that was concealing my diary about my affair with him?
So you had an affair with a guy?
Why wouldn't I?
What's going on here?
All right.
I think
I think-
we're going to call it.
I think we're gonna call it.
Right.
That's a tie.
Woo,
That's-
we made it! We made it! Woo!
That was a really good job, you guys. I thought someone was gonna falter. I almost, Sirish, like just pulled it out at the last minute on one of those questions, but great job, you guys. Give it up, you guys, for Chai Latte.
Woo!
In-house.
We got to try some other improv games too in the future.
Yeah,
I know, but that requires creativity, right?
All right, you guys.
And effort.
He's been waiting patiently in his Marvel shirt, and it's time, you guys, for some magic. It's time to add some magic
Woo!
to this show, and it's Paul Kilmer, you guys. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, Paul Kilmer, to the show. Give it up for Paul.
What up, Paul?
Paul, you're back. Welcome back to the show.
Hey, it's me, Paul.
Yeah. What's going on, Paul? You how's life over there in New England?
Cold.
Do you still live in Connecticut, or?
I do. Born and raised.
We still
Of course,
have.
no one will admit to that, but
Now you've got some interesting props behind you, but I would like you to first have an opportunity to just say what have you been up to? What have you been doing? We haven't seen you in like probably 4 or 5 months, so why don't you just give us an update first? What have you been up to?
just performing on Zoom. Kind of did a roast battle and I guess real life, lost.
Okay.
I'm not mean, so I was I guess beaten. So I didn't win that. So I just been doing lots and lots of open mics, lots and lots of showcases.
Mm-hmm.
It's my birthday Sunday. Sunday, a comedian by the name of Alicia Rain is put together a Zoom open mic. So come by, just find her, Alicia Rain.
Okay.
And you can sign up, or you can find that on my page, because I bother people with notifications all the time, just all the time. No one cares, but I do. And then I want to say Monday, I'm hosting my first open mic. And the mic's kind of special because you're doing all the jokes from the point of view of the animal that you have.
Oh, nice.
Oh, okay.
So that's just going to confuse everybody, but you know, you got to be different, right?
There
That
you
sounds
go.
fun.
Well, you're gonna have to send us the link on that. We'll put that on we'll promote that for you.
Okay, I'll creep up in your DMs and throw that in there.
Perfect. So, what have you brought for us tonight? As far as I see, there's a bag behind you with a question.
I am going to do the.
Pups are falling down, but.
Oh yeah, that's just the ghost. It doesn't want to be in here either. So I'm going to do the first half of my comedy magic show, and hopefully you guys won't be too annoyed.
All right, let's see it.
All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, which is a common thing comedians say. I am Paul Kilmer. I'm a comic magician, which means I don't have to be funny.
True.
And I'm not going to do any magic, so that's not my problem.
Okay.
No, I will. I like you guys. I am going to do a trick. It looks like this. That's not the trick. That's just fire.
Oh, wow.
It's a banana. Thank you for that. Explosion of applause. I like the banana because it's uniquely phallic and I don't have to write a joke.
True.
I know. The other thing is I used to do that trick with a dove, but they don't like being set on fire. I am working on the dove situation. I just need to wait a couple of weeks. I know, it's crazy. I'm going to sit on these and I'm going to be the best bird dad I could be. I'm not going to be like my bird dad and just leave. Because I'm from the 90s.
Good for you.
Thank you. So you asked me what's in the bag. I'm going to get to that, but I want to show you guys how to do a trick.
Okay.
I am going to do a trick that I get to show you how to do. Magicians aren't supposed to reveal their secrets unless they sell them.
Okay.
Let's just go to make all the magician's angry at me. Anyway, so you need a dollar bill or a currency of your choice. We don't discriminate here at the Tommy Feldman Happy Hour.
Yes.
And what you do is you fold the dollar bill in, and then you fold it in on itself.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is kind of a proposition bet. You would walk up to somebody at a bar and say, I can get George Washington to turn upside down without turning the bill over. The person would immediately beat you to death because no one has ever liked magic at all. And how this works is like this. And you see how George Washington is now going the other way.
Yes.
That's the trick. I didn't say it was good. I just said it was good. But there's a faster way. If you hit up here by the 1, you can get the
wow.
dollar bill to go back to the way it was.
Amazing.
Unless I broke it again. All right. Well, we're going to move on to the bag trick. The bag trick is interesting because it combines 2 of my favorite things in the world. The Rubik's Cube and a paper bag that I got at the dollar store for half off. It's 50 cents.
Yeah.
I did say it was a good joke. I told you I wasn't good at the beginning. So basically how this works is when I was 9, I was diagnosed with autism. And if you don't laugh at my jokes, you're a bad person. I knew I'd get you with that one. Now you don't know whether it's funny or not. It is.
A little awkward.
I'll help you out. But I'm not saying my autism helps me solve Rubik's Cubes. I'm just saying it's the reason why I'm good at them.
Yeah.
And all I kind of have to do is kind of squeeze and I can get the Rubik's Cube to go back to the way it was.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's okay. That's why I brought the paper bag. Because you know what they say? If you don't succeed or embarrass yourself on the internet, do something else because, college didn't work out for me. So that's something my grandmother used to say. If being a magician doesn't work out, just embarrass yourself on Tommy Feldman's Happy Hour, which is a plug I did for your show while I'm doing it. So what I'm going to do is put the Rubik's Cube in the bag. And don't get ahead of me, Eric, because I'm getting to that. And what happens is that all you have to do is turn the bag over like that. And then every magician has a magic wand. This is mine. This reflects my current mental state. I didn't think it was funny either. I'm just doing my best here. So basically what happens, all you do is wave the magic wand over the bag and say the magic word. Non-gonococcal meningitis. That's the disease known as mono or the kissing disease. Anyway, you reach into the bag and you pull out the Rubik's Cube. And it's solved.
Hell yeah.
Whoa.
But here's the problem. There could have just been another Rubik's Cube in the bag, and I'm probably not supposed to tell you that. But that's okay. That's okay because this Rubik's Cube is also solved.
Oh, nice.
This is why I'm not invited over for family functions anymore. So basically that's it. I could go on all night, but you have other amazing guests, and
Guys,
I wouldn't want to take away from their amazing talent.
And if you have anything now, you're going to send us some links to promote, or is any? I always ask everybody at the end of their interview if there's something that they want to promote. Do you have a show or something you want to talk about real quick?
The best way to keep up with me is my insane amount of Facebook notifications that I post every day. All you got to do is become friends with me. I will friend you based on my mutual friends.
Yes.
Because I'm tired of people trying to sell me life insurance, so I don't just friend everybody.
All right. So it's Paul Kilmer on Facebook. We will.
Oh yeah.
Go to follow you. And by the way, Melanie Calabrese writes, Paul is the best. So love here from the fans and the comics watching. Guys, give it up for Paul Kilmer for bringing us some nice magic tricks. I think Paul, you're getting better at this because you're iterating and improving, and I love to see it. So come back later and do more tricks in the future. We always love to have you.
I'll come back in 6 months and annoy everybody then too. It'd be great.
Perfect. Well, yeah, your 6-month birthday will do. And happy birthday, by the way.
Hey, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, buddy.
Paul, one more time, and happy birthday, Paul.
Thank you.
So at this point in time, we really need to do something very important, some housekeeping. I don't know if you guys know this, but this show has sponsors that kind of seek us out sometimes. And Eric Newton is the man when it comes to getting those sponsors. Eric, who have you got this week? And I see you got some changes to your personal looks.
Oh yeah, I know, dude. I should shout out Lisa's Nail Salon. They finally got me back on brand. I feel like myself. It's been over a year. I'm back. BZs, what's up? So yeah, what's up, everybody? Happy Friday. I'm Eric Newton with this week's sponsors for the Tommy Feldman Happy Hour, and I'm so excited. This week we're brought to you by the great man Ross Dress for Less. Oh my god, dude, they came to me. I couldn't believe it. I was so stoked because I've been a long time fan of Ross fashion. It's in the hood, it's a big thing. So it was really cool because not only did they give us money to do the show, they gave me some free swag. They gave me some stuff from their Ross Dress for Less discount daishiki catalog. I couldn't wait to try it on. Like, here's a picture of me modeling the first one. That it's very sleek. It's very trimming. I mean, I just felt so comfortable, and basically, I was so comfortable. I started wearing them everywhere. Like, here's me the next day at work. I'm in a Zoom meeting. Daishiki is perfect attire for anything. And finally, they sent me one more. As some of you may know, last week I graduated finally from the University of Phoenix, and I wore daishiki to the graduation ceremony. So I mean, it's been fantastic, Ross. I thank you so much for keeping me dipped, keeping me fresh at all times for any situation. And that's it for this week, guys. I'll see you next week with more sponsors for the Tommy Feldman Happy Hour. Everybody, have a great weekend.
Woo! Give it up for Eric. Great job getting Ross Dress for Less to be a sponsor. We always like to shop Ross. So if you're watching the show, definitely pay Ross a visit and patronize the store. All right, now we have Maria Diploudis coming in here, and now she's on location. She's actually on location for us today. She's in San Francisco. If I can figure out how to put her in the spotlight. Okay,
there she is. She had to be on video first. Now she's there.
There she is. Let me see if I can. Where's her spotlight? Okay, so San Francisco, you guys. Maria Diploudis. Maria, you there?
This is bullshit. I did not hit her. I did not. Thanks for letting me do that.
Fantastic.
I'm on my friend's roof in San Francisco, so I felt like I had to.
Wow, well that was a fantastic entrance, and what a location you're at. Where are you, Maria?
Yeah, here, let me show you. I'm on my friend's rooftop. She's one of the only people I've been seeing during this pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
This is her view. The Golden Gate Bridge is back there.
Hell yeah.
Wow.
It's like the rooftop. There's Coit Tower.
Yeah.
My friend. Okay. Yeah, it's really nice.
I think I've just found our next the location of the Tommy Feldman Happy Hour. Maybe we'll have to film there next time. That looks like a great location. Maria, how have you been? You were on the show. You actually, I just realized you've actually been on the show more than anyone else as far as guests go. Yeah, because you were part of our first roast battle. Then you were part of our second one, and now finally you're back for a proper interview. So you're actually a real friend of the show, and we appreciate that. But we never really went into your personal comedy career. So maybe you should tell us a little bit about what got you into comedy and your background and so forth. So tell us about you, Maria.
Yeah. Well, comedy was like what I always wanted to do, like when I was a kid. So I was always a fan. And then at some point in my late 20s, or mid 20s, I just was like, why am I not doing it? So that's when I started like just trying it out, doing stand-up and stuff. I did it for a few years. And then, so that was probably about like 10-ish years ago. And then I had a back injury and I had to stop, and I did grad school. I did a normal person job for about 5 years. And then I got sick again with a rare blood condition. So I'm immunocompromised, and it's a whole thing, but that kind of turned my life upside down. And I was like, oh, get back into comedy now. Why not joke about life stuff?
And you're in San Francisco, obviously. You've been San Francisco based, and you have been always based in San Francisco. Have you ever traveled? Have you done a traveling comedy, or are you just local?
So I've mostly been in San Francisco. I'm actually from the Bay Area. I grew up in Vallejo.
Okay.
But I have done some stuff like around the Bay. Like I've gone out to Modesto. I've done some East Bay stuff up north, south a little bit in Santa Cruz. I think the most like traveling I've done with comedy is at one point I just did a road trip. I drove to Florida. I wanted to see an uncle of mine there, and I stopped at as many places, like comedy places, as I could on the way there, driving there, and on the way back. So I performed at places in like Dallas, Tucson, couple other places in Texas. Just I looked up like, okay, what are the comedy clubs? What are the shows happening, the mics happening? And a lot of times people would just put me on shows. So I did a show like in New Orleans. Nice. Yeah, I performed at like Hyenas in Dallas, and I didn't even realize that was kind of like a big deal. So that was pretty cool.
And I did mention this earlier, but you've got a lot of traction lately with the roasting thing. Although now with the pandemic, I'm sure obviously that's going to stop. But since you were so good at the roasting, has that translated? So for the people that are watching that don't know, so Maria is, if I'm correct, you were champion at one point, and you traded with Cree or something like that, or?
I came really close. So I was what is it called? Like first runner up.
Okay.
So in the first go around of the URC, I made it all the way to finals, and then I lost. But I had beat all these. I beat Cree, I beat Zach, and they eventually got the belt. But I haven't had a chance to go for the belt again. So I know I could get.
Well, I mean, you're obviously very good at it. Has that experience led to other gigs, or did it improve a certain type of your writing, or what was the result of that so far?
I think it helped a little bit with getting booked on stuff. I think what it is like, it's just like, I don't know. It's easy for me to be mean to people. So I think that helps. But it does help you build confidence, because you have to be up there and like people are, making fun of you. A lot of times it's like the same things over and over. So at a certain point you like start predicting what people are going to say. Yeah. But yeah, so you kind of have to have a thick skin for it. And I think that does help with regular stand-up, because hecklers like don't really intimidate me that much. Yeah.
Now you sent us a clip, which is really good. I'd like to play. Let me pull this up, Maria. Your clip of your. Let's see here. Okay, so this was 2 years ago at the Punchline Sacramento. Do you perform there a lot, or is?
That was the only time. It was the Invisible Disabilities Comedy Show.
Okay.
And it was an awesome experience.
All right, so let's play. We've got a couple minutes of this set from Maria at the Punchline Sacramento. Let's play this clip, you guys. Here we go.
It's an autobiographical bit. Any other germaphobes here? Yeah. Germaphobes? Yeah, clap if you're a germaphobe. Clap. Yeah, one woo in the back. Thank you for your enthusiasm. I'd high-five you, but I know how much we hate that. Part of why I'm a germaphobe is because I have an autoimmune disease called idiopathic neutropenia. Because of course I have a disease that sounds like idiot, pathetic, neutral penis. really fight bacteria. I get sick a lot. The first time I was hospitalized, I had to go under anesthesia with this German doctor. And as he's putting the final shot in, it's going to knock me out. He looked me straight in the eyes and said, "This is what Michael Jackson took." And then he died. This past year, I lost 80 pounds. Because I'm sick? Monsters! When I was a kid, I thought I had erectile dysfunction. Because those commercials would come on the TV. Like, do you struggle to perform under pressure? Do you live a life full of longing and regret? Are people constantly disappointed by your inability to rise to the occasion? Erectile dysfunction, contact your doctor. I didn't have a doctor I could go to with this, and I couldn't go to my family. My family's Greek. We're from the Greek island of who cares? Greek people don't talk about their feelings. The Greek way to say "that hurt my feelings" translates roughly to "I'm hungry." You just have to live with it. And it turns out erectile dysfunction has a lot in common with depression and anxiety. So dating is kind of tricky when you're...
That's excellent, Maria. That was a great clip.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
That's great. Yeah, I appreciate the hypochondriac thing. I'm a hypochondriac too, and it's great right now in the pandemic.
Wait, you're a hypochondriac or a germaphobe? They're two different
Both.
things.
I'll take everything. I always think I mean, I'm Jewish, so we tend to we love to share diseases. It's a thing in my family, at least. We love to talk about it. So yeah, it's a great time right now for us because you can just say to everyone, see, and during the pandemic.
Right.
But yeah, wow, that must be tough for you.
Like us now.
Yeah. So did you get your shots and you're Maria 2.0 at this point now? You ready? You got vaccinated?
Do you mean the vaccine?
Yeah.
I have not gotten it. I've been trying to. And I technically qualify because I'm immunocompromised, but I also have Medi-Cal, so they don't point that out, that if you have Medi-Cal, you're like way on the bottom of the list, even with a pre-existing condition. So I keep calling and I keep trying.
I thought it was just free, like you could just walk in and just get it for free.
Walk in where? I've been asking all my doctors, and they're like, if you know, tell me, because I've been trying to figure out how to get this vaccine.
The county ones are supposed to be free, are they not? The San Francisco County one.
But they're not giving it to me. They're like, well, you have to be old, or you have to be a first responder, or a essential worker, and I'm not any of those. So it's tricky.
It is.
Yeah.
Tricky. Well, yeah. I agree with you. It is tricky.
Yeah.
What have you been up to lately? And do you have anything you want to promote tonight on the show?
I don't think I have anything coming up, so there's nothing to promote. I'm still, my friend Gina here is like the only one one of two people I've been seeing during this pandemic. So sometimes I do Zoom shows, but I don't have anything booked at this point.
Okay.
What have I been up to? Not much. I've been reading a lot. I've been cooking a lot and doing the occasional Zoom show and writing a lot. So I'm ready. Once I get the vaccine, I'm out there again.
Well, I hope that
mean to people for laughs.
Well, I'm hoping that I'm hoping to see you in live again and performing in person, and maybe we could do a show together. And so, looking forward to seeing you on the stage soon. Guys, give it up for Maria for coming on the show. We do appreciate Maria.
Hey.
Don't go anywhere.
I won't.
Okay, you're going to be a part of our quiz, so we gotta do that. So, and now is the time when we see if we have Niko Lukoff here, and it looks like, guys, guess what? He's here.
Hello.
Niko Lukoff. Now, for those of you who are still watching, and those of you who don't know, Niko is the founder and CEO of DisplacedComedians.net. No, just kidding. I don't know what you started the Space Comedians, and we appreciate you for that. And what's going on in the world of Zoom comedy? Because that's what the Space Comedians is all about. Tell us what the scoop is.
Yeah, so I just realized too the date. So I started it on April 12th, and we're on March 12th right now. So it's almost been a year, and that is crazy.
Wow.
Because it feels like 20 years, but also it's weird. Time has been strange, but it also feels like it's flown by. Yeah, so kind of the core of the group, or initially kind of the point of it, was to have a place to post when there's Zoom mics and shows and things that are going on. I got a spreadsheet on there, which actually you can go to splacedcomedians.com to see, just because that's easier than telling somebody a big URL or telling them where to click. So as you can see, as Tommy's pulling up there, got a bunch of online mics, mostly on Zoom, organized by day of the week and in Pacific time. And I like to sometimes call one out that I think is doing some neat stuff. And Tom, would you hit the Tuesday tab for me?
Alrighty.
At the bottom there at 5 p.m. is what we're looking for here. And it says something about virtual meat slap. And it made me think of this too, because good friends of Paul's there too. Brian Barbecue and Ham Clancy, who put on this really fun Zoom open mic. They're great comedians who do a lot of live stuff too, and have done a lot of live stuff for a very long time. A lot of these mics are started from people who never hadn't run a mic before. So this is pretty cool seeing what they got going on. They allow pretty much unlimited comedians to sign up, and that's something that's different as opposed to some of these. They're 3-minute sets. It's not streamed anywhere, so you don't have to be like, oh, is anyone going to see this? And at the end, you can pull a word out of the riff bowl, and that's just they'll say, hey, give me a hit from the riff bowl, and they'll just pull out a word for you to riff on for about a minute. And it's just a fun thing and a good high energy mic. And if you're got the time on Tuesday evenings and want to tell some jokes, work some stuff out, it's definitely a good place to do that.
All right. Well, we appreciate that.
And I want to touch on something too that's not necessarily super positive, but just it was kind of popped up a bit this week.
Yep.
But just something's going on. So I'm honestly surprised this hasn't happened more. But there are a lot of online comedy festivals, and a lot of them quote festivals. And most of them charge some amount of money. A lot of them are connected to people who did stuff live. A lot of them are connected to people who never did anything or had to run them live, but just had a focus of actually trying to get something good and like promote something. And it's always kind of like, is this like a ripoff or this, whatever? And some are. And we came across one really kind of recently that it had some red flags a while back, but then the thing was actually going on, and just the way they ran it was just insane. They had like 100 comedians saying they were in quarterfinals, took like 6 hours to go through them. They started kicking people out and being super rude. And they were like saying, hey, can I go a little sooner? Because they're actually asking people to tell them if they have to go sooner. And when they did that, they're just crap. It is a whole mess. So they are no longer allowed to promote their for-profit thing on my free group. And it was interesting to see a lot of feedback from people. So I'm very sorry that a lot of people had a negative experience from that. But I'm glad that people are talking about it and, being aware of that kind of thing. And I think it's going to spring more positive things because of it. So that's a thing that happens. And
it happens, Niko, I'm sure as well in the real world too. Like, I remember seeing posts like that all the time on Big Bay Area Comedy Network. Hey, I'm thinking of applying to this festival. Is it legitimate? And I've heard people putting in their money and then just never hearing again, so.
Yeah, that's it's, and again, so my perspective also, and I appreciate you sharing that, is I did like just, a handful of live mics pre-COVID. So I don't have that perspective of the festivals. I actually appreciate you pointing that out, because I imagine that happened live, but just wasn't really aware of it.
Yeah.
But there's also some legit ones one of the bad thing about that too is that it takes away from legit ones. So like there's ones that have put on that I've been a part of that, like, you could tell the people were putting in effort and trying to make it happen. Yeah, they probably made some profit. They did some work and I had some fun. But that's like the difference is when they actually are trying to do something cool. So still there's a ton of fun Zoom mics on, and I'm excited. Happy upcoming birthday, Paul Kilmer. I'm gonna be at that mic on Sunday. I'm excited to tell jokes with you and a bunch of our friends. So
excellent. Well, thanks, Niko, for the update. Appreciate it, guys. Give it to Niko for
thank you guys
bringing up some great information.
Thank you everyone putting on these mics. Appreciate it.
Yes. All right. So now it's the time when we do a little bit of fun just for the comedians. Of course, we still have people watching live, and you're welcome to participate in the quiz. So what we do here at the Tommy Feldman Happy Hour is we have a quiz which is a little bit different. What we do is play commercials from Japan, of all places. Why is that? Commercials from Japan are very funny and they're hilarious all by themselves. But what we try to do is stop the commercials halfway and then try to have the comedians guess what the products are about. Usually we get the comedian guests to guess first. So Maria, you'll get first dibs at all the guesses. And and this is based on, I lived in Japan, and so I have an eye for what commercials might be interesting to you guys, or you might learn something as well. So with that, let us get into the Japanese commercial quiz. And again, if you're watching, and there are still 5 people watching live, please take a guess. We'll read that guess out on the air here. So let's turn to our commercials here. All right, and let's make sure we got that. All right, so Maria, since you're the guest of honor, are you ready, Maria, for our first Japanese commercial quiz?
Yeah. Wait. So I'm guessing, like, what am I guessing? What the
We're
product
gonna try
is?
to guess what the product is, what the commercial product. What's it?
Oh, Maria, you're not going to be guessing anything.
Oh, don't underestimate
Don't underestimate. Yes.
I'm just kidding.
And the first image you see is not it. That's in the previous commercial.
Yeah. So it's after this.
Okay.
Starting
Is it for hair curlers?
Yeah.
Hey, it looks like Pringles.
I think it's like a knockoff. It's like a knockoff Pocky, right?
Here we go. All right. Starting now.
腹減ったな。はい。どん兵衛さん、何ですかあれ。あれはカモだよ。いや、カモはあんな飛び方しません。カモだよ。こっちに来ます。撃って口調。カモの野郎跳ね返しな。当たった。
This is definitely some sort of weapon commercial. Like if you had the right assault rifle, those aliens wouldn't have won.
You would think it's a commercial for weapons, for old school Japanese archery and other types of weapons. No,
Is it really?
It is not. It is not.
Wait, can you keep playing? No.
No, it's much more bizarre than that. Eric, I always like to go to Eric, especially when it's a little bit of Japanese culture related.
I think I know what it is. I think it's a TV advertisement for the upcoming Olympics in Japan.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right?
For the archery event.
And the spaceship flying event, obviously. Yeah.
Yeah. It's not a service.
I mean, did I win? Did I win?
You don't win. Ed, what do you think? You got your
I think it's like a Viagra commercial.
Viagra? Straight as an arrow?
Well, just it's wanting to get back to the old days when performance wasn't an issue.
Okay.
If it turns out to be canned coffee, I'm gonna be upset.
Oh man.
Canned coffee. I know you guys don't like the canned coffee commercials. I don't do those anymore. I try not to. Niko, what do you think?
I think it is for the reboot of Duck Hunt.
There are actually a lot of video games that come up, and I don't use those because they're just they're Japanese games usually. But no, not Duck Hunt.
Ah, dang it.
Sirish,
is it? You said it's not a service.
It is not a service. It is a product for sure.
It's a product. Is it a product to hunt something or find something?
No. And I'll replay it, and I'll give you a new hint. It is and I'll try to play a little bit longer. It is a food. It is a food. So
that was my second guess.
I mean, hunting is like how you get food.
Figure out what the food is.
There's a duck.
But I'm gonna ask for a very specific answer. I won't take just like what it looks like. I'm gonna ask you to be detailed.
Aren't we always very detailed, Tommy?
Yeah, well, it's
Oh, is it? Oh yeah. It's like telling you microwave noodles.
Like my ramen.
Cannibalism?
It's ramen.
Noodles, but it's not ramen. You guys know what kind of noodles?
It's udon.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Maria, very well. Maria knows what udon is.
Yeah, see, you guys.
Yeah, Maria's like,
hey, I said something about a thick noodle for my first guess.
I thought it was eating human.
Hey, it's always making it vulgar up in here.
Udon.
Hey, that wasn't vulgar.
We're looking for udon. So.
All right.
But let's play the rest
What
of
do you
it.
like?
Wait. So do you want to explain the ad, Tommy?
Yeah. So he's
It's
like
Sorry.
the younger guy's like, hey, look at that, you know, and the older guy's like, oh, it's a duck. And he, you know, he's like, no. The other guy's like, no, it's not a duck. Look at the way it's moving. And he's like, no, it's a duck. Trust me, it's a duck. And he goes, you know, oh, I missed. Okay, let me try again. And then it's like, and then he blows up. And when he's eating the noodles, he's like, the ghost pops up of the guy, and he's like, see, it was a duck. He's like, oh, you know, no, it was not a duck, obviously, and that's why you're dead. So that was,
dude.
Now it all makes sense.
We should do a show where you do like the voiceovers for these commercials, Tommy. That'd be great, dude. Yeah, it's a duck. It's not a duck. It's a duck. No, trust me, it's not a duck. That would be amazing, dude.
This is the udon.
I still think they're human noodles. The guy who got roasted he's all sliced up in there.
You guys like udon?
I love udon.
Oh yeah, udon is great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in Japan you can just get like any type of, I mean, not just udon, ramen, everything, but anything you want and all different flavors. It's actually quite a big. They got a lot of really good stuff there. All right, you know what? Let's see. Second.
Like they poured canned coffee in there.
The next one is
yeah, for real.
Okay, so this one, we're just gonna go ahead and starting now.
Dentro un sogno vivrò la serenità.
I'll stop there.
That's all you're gonna show?
That's your show. But
Show me what it is so I can guess.
It's this.
Oh, this is an ad about resiliency. it's more like a PSA.
It's a public
no matter
service
what
announcement
life
for
throws at you,
okay,
you'll just bounce right back.
Bounce right back. Whatever this is.
Don't let life smash your candle, or put your candle out. I don't know.
This is the product, but it's not quite, you know, it's kind of more like a part of something larger. I'll give that as a hint. But it's definitely flexible. Ed, what do you think? Eric, you guys?
I thought it was Jello or something like that at first, but it's not really part of it.
It's spongy like Jello, but it's not edible.
I think it's another ad for for breast implants.
Another ad?
Well, the first ad was for the Olympics. I know that for a fact.
It might be silicone,
or it looked like something that, like some kind of product that like I imagine like Nike, like something that would go in like a shoe or something like that.
You're getting warmer. You're getting warmer when you're talking about like sort of support, not orthopedic, but support. So
like insoles.
Sirish, you want to?
Yeah, I was gonna say insoles, like what Niko had mentioned.
It's definitely supporting your body, but not your foot.
Okay, it's padding for your butt. You wear like the special underwear. It's for people like when you fall, you just fall on this.
Not just your butt. It's
is it hair?
It's like your whole body.
Your whole body, yes. But what supports your whole body?
Armor.
Like Spanx?
Not Spanx, not armor.
Long underwear.
No, it's
compression
not
underwear.
It's not something you wear. It's something you.
It's my will. It's my will, Tommy. My will supports my will.
Yeah, my yearly salary.
Oh, it's a helmet. It's a helmet for like when you're on a motorcycle.
Okay, let's play more of it.
It's like a vitamin or something. You said not edible though, so that's what supports your body.
35. Something 35 is happening. Oh man.
Okay. It's a mattress.
35 tons of impact, and it bounces back.
Oh,
wow, they're really going at it.
They're really, yeah. This is a.
Why are they staring at him sleeping? That's so creepy.
That is. Thank you, Maria, for pointing that out. That is very creepy. So.
He's sleeping so well, they're just gonna rob him, and they know that, so they're watching.
I was gonna say there's nothing to rob in there except for that lamp.
Right.
That lamp is baller though.
Why is he sleeping with a lamp on?
Yeah, for real.
Bed.
Okay, next commercial right after this.
Comment allez-vous?
Is this is the commercial?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I'll go back. This is the commercial. Let's replay.
Oh, this is for like that soda drink, that orange soda.
What is it though?
Orangina.
Oh wow!
Oh,
wow.
We have that in Greece as well, guys.
You know, Japanese products and French products.
Nice.
Maria, I think
Oh,
you're a
yeah.
champion so far as a
Really well.
Yeah, kicking ass.
He
I'm
definitely
worldly.
underestimated.
Let's
You did underestimate me.
Hey, this is when Fila was still big.
You got her all fired up, Sirish. Thanks a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. Way to like. Yeah.
Okay, I first
Hey,
just wanted to point out to you guys, like, but do you just sort of like get the vibe of this? Like, just watch these men, these men and their expressions real quick for me, and tell me what you think about this. He's saying, my teacher's from France. Her name is Madame Orangina.
Oh, jeez.
And they're like practicing French. They all want to talk to her in French.
They should learn more words.
No, and then at the end, she comes out and says, "Comment allez-vous?" So I just wanted you to guys, any thoughts on, is this weird at all? You don't think this is like strange?
Everything about all of these is super weird.
I mean, it is weird. It's kind of
It's fetishizing on
sexualized
multiple levels.
with her skirt blowing
Yeah.
up in the
Yeah,
wind like that.
I
But
thought
dude,
it was-
isn't like upskirt shots very popular
Yes.
in Japan? Like, I'm not
It's a
surprised.
yes, it's a problem. It's a problem. So this
Yeah.
is sort of borderline, and and it's also the Japanese just love. I mean, it's a mutual, but they love French culture too, and so a lot of the commercials they'll speak.
That's why Tommy kept pausing it on the upskirt shot, because he wanted to see how much of a problem this is in Japan.
I was trying.
This
but-
right
You
here.
know,
this
you know what I think
right
is
here.
weird, Tommy? I think American ads are weird. That's how you end up thinking if you have erectile dysfunction.
The important
Right,
thing
right.
is to get into the bath. Is to get into
American
the
ads are
bathtub.
weird. But I think Japanese ads are just a bit, a bit stranger sometimes. All right, we got one more for you guys. Let me cue that up for you guys coming up in just a moment here. All right, this is towards the end. I mean, there's so many good. This one had a lot of really good commercials, but
How many hours a week do you spend watching commercials?
Not enough, baby. Not enough.
He knows all the credits. He's like, this
Why
one's
aren't-
to buy.
Yeah, I think these products should be our sponsors.
all right.
Yeah.
One more commercial for you. This is a tough one, but let's see how you guys do. All right, so here we go. In fact, I think I'm going to play this one all the way through. I don't think you guys are going to get it. So.
Wow.
ドラストのこと知
Oh,
ってるの
whoa.
かそれが気になって
それこっちが気になる
これはどうでもいいヒューマントリックと出るどう触ったらあかん病気になる
Kleenex?
Oh
It's for,
man,
yeah, for Kleenex.
I
I
love
thought
that.
I get dibs on guessing.
You do if you that wins. You get it. I'm
You get
sorry.
Gibbs.
I was
Not-
gonna
not when
say
you're in the
Kleenex
league.
as well.
What is this an ad for?
Like tissues.
No, it is not a product. It is a service.
Gosh, who would have thought that?
It's
That was
not a
really
product.
good
I thought
guess.
all commercials had products.
It's a service.
He means
Is it-
like a physical product versus like a service.
What kind of service? Eric, what'd you say? What kind of service?
Oh no, I was.
Wait, does that say the Man Trust Group?
It says
Oh,
Human
yeah.
Trust Group.
Is it
The
some
what?
sort of bank?
No, but you are in the right. Like, it's definitely a
Is
professional.
it a
service.
security company of some sort?
You're getting a little bit more. It's a service of a professional.
Like an authentication company?
A what?
Authentication?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, is it a service where you pay someone to blow your nose for you?
I think it's like a service where you go to hire a yakuza to kill somebody for you.
No. It's not an assassination.
Well, we know what movies you've been watching, Eric.
I mean,
Oh,
I'm pretty-
it's an
I'm the-
exorcism
that looks
service.
like John Wick. It looks
Is
like a
it a-
hotel in John Wick.
That thing is a ghost, and it's an exorcism service to expel you of the spirit that just hangs out around you.
I'll give you guys a hint. It's
Go ahead.
The word here, human trust. It's a little bit related to this.
I was thinking identity theft protection.
Not the trust part, just the human part. Okay.
Okay.
Just is it like once you die to basically take care of?
We've seen ads.
Oh wait.
Does it make avatars for you?
No.
I know what it is. It's that charity that George Costanza fake donated money to.
Thanks for creativity.
It's the Human Fund, money for people.
What's the Casper got to do here? Like, why is the Casper coming out of his nose?
Wait,
this is so okay. So what's going on here is he's asking you. This guy's asking him. I want to know if you've heard of human trust. Have you heard of human trust? And the other guy's saying, but you've got this. He's like, I want to know if you know human trust. And he's like, but you've got this thing out of your nose. And he's like, don't worry about this thing coming out of my nose. Do you know human trust?
Is it life insurance?
Oh, you're getting a lot warmer, but
is it a bank?
No, we already said bank. We did it. I'll give you guys a hint. We've done services like this before.
We as in America?
Jobs? Is it for job hunting?
Oh, nice. Human resources. Oh, man.
It's recruiting, headhunting,
like headhunting.
That's we don't weird. In America, we don't see that kind of ads as much, but in Japan, it's a pretty big business, the recruiting business. Temp workers or just any kind of like here, it's all digital. We do it all through LinkedIn or whatever. But there, when you were looking for a job, you register, you put in your resume, and then people actually go out there and try to get you placed. And headhunting is huge, very big there.
Huh.
That sounds helpful.
That is kind of big in San Francisco with the tech industry. Like there's people who do a lot of
in the tech industry. And in Japan, like I used to work at a headhunting company when I first lived there. And that's what I would do is I'd go to visit. I specialized in foreign companies, but I'd go and I'd say, hey, do you need any staff of any kind? And then I'd take their orders and then we'd go and try to find them somebody. And anyway, that's just a little bit of a window into my life.
That sounds borderline human trafficking, Tommy. We need to talk about
yes. Now they call it human trafficking. It was just HR outsourcing. It's called outsourcing, right? So anyway, that was it, you guys. We still had people watching to the end. That's cool. And thanks to those who are watching. We didn't have as many comments, but still, we appreciate you guys coming on the show. And Maria, thanks for staying to the end. And
thanks for having me.
Good job, Maria.
Keep coming back.
Did I win?
You won.
Oh yeah, you won.
Get all the points.
Yeah.
You won. Tommy's gonna find you a job. Yes.
Yeah, get me a job.
Send me a resume, and I will start contacting.
You'll send it to the Human Trust.
And we will start like a snot removal or assassination or whatever we guys. Whatever. But that's it, you guys. That's it. Did everybody have?
Yay!
All right.
Thanks, guys.
I just want to say for all of us, we did great tonight, everybody. Good job.
Woo!
Yeah, great.
Ed has got
Good
it.
to see you again, Maria.
Guys, Ed takes us out. And we'll be back next week on the 19th. So come back next week. Woo! Go, you guys. Thank you. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Bye.
All right. Good night, everyone.
Good night.